Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to cover breaking into a tight line. Now, what does that mean? That means that there's a rope that somebody's on and so it's tensioned with their weight. Okay, so sometimes we don't have the luxury of having another rope to do a pick off. We have to use the victim's rope. Okay, so imagine in this scenario, we're going to imagine that this person has rappelled off of this rope and they are stuck and they need to come up. That's the best course of action, and this is the only rope we have, or at least the rope is the only rope we have that's long enough to do the job. Okay, all right, so what they've done is they've tied a tensionless anchor, which is perfectly good, but they're down this rope over this cliff edge, and we're simulating a cliff here, and they're stuck. Okay, so how do we pull this rope up? Okay, the easiest way is to break into the line, and what you're going to need some equipment. You're going to need a separate anchor. Okay, I just have a simple nylon strap here. You're going to need a set of pulleys and a couple prusik loops. Okay, and the first thing you want to do is you want to tie a triple wrap prusik on here as a rope grab. Okay. Okay, and again, as always, we always want to set our prusiks. Okay, so we have that done. Now, next thing we want to do is we want to put a pulley on here. Okay, and we want to have a carabiner on there, and we want to capture the prusik forward of the pulley. Okay. Okay, so now we need to set another anchor. And we'll just do a simple basket hitch, and we're going to clip this in. Okay, so at this point what you're going to have is this situation right here. Okay, now this looks a little awkward right now, but once we start taking tension up, it'll all play out. Okay, now I need another rope grab, so I'm going to grab another triple wrap prusik here. And like any sort of transition, all we're doing is we're taking the weight off of the anchor, so we can either change out equipment or create a haul system like we're going to be doing in a second. Okay, now we need to get off of this rope grab. We need to be able to haul, and eventually we're going to create a 3-to-1 with the rope the victim is on, but until then we have to improvise. Now the easiest way to do that is to have a set of 4s, but you may not have a set of 4s. Okay, that's a luxury for a lot of people. So what you can do is you can just take a separate rope, okay, grab a carabiner, and you can clip into the anchor you created. Okay, grab another pulley, and you can create a 2-to-1 haul system. Okay, right, so here's a simple 2-to-1. Now this is going to take a lot of extra force to get this up. Okay, and I didn't hook that very good, did I? Let's try that again. Let's carry our bow strands this time. Okay, and I can haul just like this until, and as I haul, I can take up slack. That's a progress capture. Okay. So if you don't have a set of 4s, you can improvise with a 2-to-1. But I'm going to show you the set of 4s, because if you're part of any kind of rescue company or crew, you should have a set of 4s. So we're going to go with that. But what I do with the set of 4s is identical to what I would be doing with the 2-to-1. It just is harder because it's a 2-to-1 versus a 4-to-1. Okay, so we'll take this off. And this will all make sense in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to grab our set of 4s, and I have a video on how to make one of these if you don't have one. They are very valuable in rescue work. Okay, we're going to come to the anchor. I'll slide this off a little. And we'll capture both strands this time. Okay, and now we want to maximize our throw. Okay. Now this particular device has it captures and engage. So what we'll do is we'll throw it into engage so we don't lose any progress. And we're just going to pull. Okay. As we pull our victim up the cliff, we're introducing slack into his rope. Okay. And as we do that, there should be a separate person, hopefully, capturing all the progress. Okay, so we'll just keep it, we'll continue. Okay, now hopefully you can see the beginnings of a 3-to-1 here. Okay, but we don't have enough just yet. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to reset this 4-to-1, making sure that this is locked first. Okay. Okay. Now all the weight is on this progress capture here. And what we're going to do is advance this again. Okay. Set it back into engage, and we're going to pull. Okay. Take up some more. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because at this point we have enough to create our own 3-to-1. Okay. So I'm going to make sure this is locked, because remember, we're transferring the weight from the 4-to-1 to that progress capture. All right, I'm going to pull, then I'm going to let tension off. Okay. Take our 4-to-1 off, leaving that. Okay, we'll set this aside in case we need it again. And now we have the beginnings of a 3-to-1. So what I'll do is load my second pulley, and we'll slide this progress capture, and we'll get as much as we can out of it. Okay, so now we have a classic 3-to-1 with a progress capture, and at this point all we have to do is start advancing, okay? And then we create slack, take all that slack out. Okay, I think I'm at the top of my rig I have, but you get the idea, okay? We would continue to do this until our victim is back to the top of the cliff. And at some point, you could even possibly untie this and wrap it once around the tree as a secondary brake, as a backup to this progress capture. Okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. That is how you break into a tight line. You can use a 2-to-1, a 3-to-1, a set of 4s. Okay? All right, till the next time. Hope this helps.